All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. We're the I.S.U.P.K, starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth out of the Bible, that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible, okay? And the biggest thing, the base of this book is to show Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Israel, how they should be living, what they should be doing. Okay, we are a nation of people that has been given laws, basically, okay, rules, statutes, commandments. All these things were given to us to keep. Okay, it was given to us by our God to keep. Okay, and we made a covenant and said that we'd agree to keep these laws, okay, that the Most High gave us, okay, Yahweh in the Hebrew, and we agreed to keep these laws, okay, and by us agreeing to keep these laws, our God said that we would rule the earth. He said that we would be the ruling class people on the earth, okay? But we had to, there was something we had to do, okay? And we agreed that we would implement his will right here on earth, okay? His will shall be done right here on earth. And the only way we can do that is by keeping his word, okay? The word that he gave us through this Bible, this book that we call the Bible, okay? And this is where the contract is. This is where the contract is at, okay? This book tells us the terms and conditions of our contract with our God, okay? It tells us what will happen if we kept the contract, and then it tells us what would happen if we did not keep the contract, okay? If we voided what we said we would do, okay? So today, 2021, it's evident that God's chosen people voided the contract. They stopped keeping his laws. And there is, there's a punishment, let's say, there's something had to happen when we stopped keeping our part of the contract, okay? And, you have to look at history, okay? And, when Yahushua, Jesus Christ was here, okay, even at that time, we were not keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. So from the time of Yahushua, we want to go back and try to gauge where we're at in history, okay? So since the time of Jesus Christ up until 2021, God's chosen people, the ones that went into a contract with him, stopped keeping their end of the contract. So there was something was going to happen when they stopped keeping their end of the contract, okay? When we stop keeping the laws, okay? This contract that I'm talking about contains laws, okay? So we stop keeping the laws, and now God's chosen people are being punished, okay? We are on the bottom, okay? We are the tail and not the head, okay? We're on the bottom now. We're, under another nation of people that the Lord never intended us to be under, okay? But he said if we didn't keep the contract that, we would get punished. And that's how the Lord, works in this earth. He's not going to come out of the fourth dimension and come stand on the planet Earth, which can't even contain him, and punish his children, okay? He's not going to do that. He's going to take another set of people and use them to punish or to, how can I say, to punish his people, okay, his children, okay? So what I wanted to do tonight, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the Bible, as what we do in the Israelite School and Universal and Practical Knowledge, okay? And I just want to kind of go through some things and show, that we've had these laws, and these laws are supposed to be, our way of life, okay? Our way of life should be these laws, statutes, and commandments. If you look at every other nation that's on this planet, they have a way of life, okay? They have their own laws. They have, their governments. They have structure. They have what they deem to be to them, okay, a way to live, okay? So Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, your way to live is contained in the Bible, okay? And it was given to us from the beginning through our forefathers, okay? But before I get going, I just want to give a shout out to KJ, the designer. Okay, I see you, sis. You always in the class. Yahweh Shemal Alathan by Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, just art and paint. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Alathan by Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, Makara. Good to see you, sis. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Alathan by Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, we got Taylor in the building. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemal Alathan by Shem Yahweh Shai. I got my main man. We, you know what I mean? Okay. Officer Itazal. Okay. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Yeah. So for some, you could tell, man, we just be in the same spirit. So, this brother walk in, he got the same shirt, he rocking the same shirt that I'm rocking, you know what I mean? Like, so, all right, with that being said, Trooper Masha, okay? Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Okay, so, we talking about these laws, is the foundation of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, so I just wanted to bring out, start by showing that, we had these laws from the beginning, and this is what, separated us from everybody else. These laws made us holy. These laws made us better than everybody else, okay? So I wanted to start in the book of Genesis, okay? The book of Genesis, chapter 2. In verse 7. Before we get started, you could turn down the air just a tad bit. Seems to be a little warm in here. Go ahead and knock it down a few degrees, and go ahead and drop it down, and then once we get comfortable, right? Okay, so yes. Okay, we're going to start in the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7. Okay, and I just want to kind of start. I'm going to try to walk through this thing and show us that we had these laws, through our forefathers. I'm not going to get into the whole, bloodline and genealogy of the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but this with Adam is where our bloodline starts. Okay, so go ahead and read that for me, Itazal.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. And the Most High Power formed man of the dust of the ground.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit because see you got probably still feeling that bug. So, all right, go ahead.
Check.
All right.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And the Most High Power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul.
Right. So the life, okay? Because if you go one chapter over, okay, the Most High created man, what was it, on the 5th day? Sixth day, okay. So mankind was already here on the earth, okay, but then he chose out of all of those men that were on the earth, he chose a particular person, a particular man, okay? And he said with this man, he's going to start he's going to raise up a nation of people through this man. Okay, so from the beginning, the Lord raised us up. Okay, he raised up our forefather Adam to be above all the other men that were on the earth. Okay, it says he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Okay, so now we have to say, okay, well, he was already living, so what's life? You know what I mean? And he became a living soul. Okay, to live is to like have a culture. Okay, is to have is to not have to pick and scrounge off the ground something to eat. You know what I mean? It's to have understanding of something, to be able to, what's that? Yeah, well, yeah, that's gonna, rulership is one thing, but you know, like in the beginning here, he's giving Adam life. You know what I mean? He's giving Adam understanding. Okay, and by him giving him that understanding, he's saying, okay, you need to understand this. Do this, do that, but don't do this. Okay? And he created man in his own likeness, so man was able to understand, you know what I'm saying? So he gave Adam something that he didn't give nobody else. And that raised Adam up from the dust, from the bottom. Okay? Because that's where we are at now. As a nation of people, we're on the bottom. And this is the beginning of the Most High raising our nation up, the beginning of our nation up from the bottom, from the dust. We was on the ground, you know, we were low. We were in a low state, okay? So by him giving us laws, we became a living creature, okay? We became a living soul. I'm sorry, Salakia. Okay? So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 8. Let's start at 1. Okay, we're going to go now. Itazal, can you put the scriptures we're going to in the chat? Are you on there? I think I could do it. Hold on. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 37.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Most High was on me, and he brought me out of the spirit of the Most High. And he brought me out by the spirit of the Most High, and set me in the middle of the valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. He asked me, Son of man, can these bones live?
Right. So this is, you know, the prophet Ezekiel, and this is this is a vision, okay? And in this vision, he's seeing some bones that are dry and dead, okay? And they're on the ground. They're at a low state. They're in a low state, okay? They're in the dust, you know, okay, like Adam was. He was in a low state, okay? This is a vision. This is the way the Most High is going to show him what he wants to show him. But he's starting him out by seeing dry bones, okay, on the ground in a low state, in the dust. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and keep reading.
Okay. I said, Sovereign Lord, you alone know.
Right. Where you at?
At the end of 37. I mean, end of verse 1.
You're at the end of verse 1?
Oh, the end of verse 3.
Okay. Okay, right. So read verse 3 again for me, if you would.
Okay. Verse 3. He asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? I said, Sovereign Lord, you alone know.
Okay, what are you reading? What are you reading out of Exodus? Okay, because I got, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord.
What?
We may have switched over to something else by mistake.
No,
Okay. Okay, but I'm let me pick it up. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, this is the Most High asking Ezekiel a question. Can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thou knowest. So Ezekiel's telling the Lord, only you know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a man, okay? I don't know your will. You know, I don't know what you want to do. I know all things, you know what I'm saying? But he's answering the Lord. I don't know, Lord. Can they live? You know what I mean? Like, they're in such a low state. They are destroyed. You know what I mean? They don't know who they are, okay? So are they going to be able to come back to their law, statutes, and commandments and be on top again? You got it, Isupk? Go ahead, read verse 4.
Verse 4. Again, he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Most High.
Okay, the word of the Most High. What's the word of the Most High? What you think?
The law, statutes, and commandments.
Perfect. He's telling them, teach them these laws. Tell them what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Prophesy. Prophesy is just, telling somebody something that, is supposed to happen or did happen. You know what I mean? So he's saying, prophesy to these bones and give them the word of the Most High. Let them know what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Because if they don't, the reason why they're dead and dry is because they don't have this word. Okay? They think the laws are done away with. So now they're on the bottom. They're in a low state. They're dried up, withered bones. I was watching a show the day before I came here. It's called The First 48. And the cops was driving through a neighborhood, and it was just a bunch of homeless people pushing bugs. They're all black and Hispanic. And he said, we call this area the living dead or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, because they're in a low state. Like, in that context, it's easy to see that those people are destroyed and they're messed up. You know what I mean? Like, so they're living dead. They're dead. You know, the guy he said, man, they're just waiting to die. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. We, as a people, we wake up every day, we go out and we do whatever, and we're waiting to die. It's horrible. We're on the bottom. Our brothers and sisters want out here, or they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing. Okay. One thing that I always remember on this movie, when the guy had the weed and he was smoking it, and he fell dead, and the other brother picked it up and said, "Give me that! I want that!" You know what I mean? Like, we want to die. Okay, you got something?
I was going to ask, so then would you say that's what the people were before Adam got the breath of life? They were living dead, like they were living, but they didn't have the breath of life. Right.
No, I won't say that, because God hadn't chosen yet to raise anybody up. He created man and woman. but he hadn't decided yet to raise up a man above all the rest of them. When he created them, you know, they were just out there, you know, whatever, doing whatever, having sex with whatever, doing whatever, you know. He hadn't gotten to that point yet where he said, okay, now I'm going to create something, you know, a man. I'm going to raise a man up, okay? So I can't say, you know what I mean, because it doesn't say that in the book, you know what I mean? It doesn't say before Adam, you know, that they were in a, you know, destroyed for a certain reason. Now we're destroyed for a certain reason because he raised somebody up, told them what to do, and they didn't do it no more. So now they destroyed. Go ahead.
I wasn't talking about like the destroyed. I was just saying like they were living, but they weren't really like they were alive, but they weren't living.
Right, but nobody knew the living that we know by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments at that time. Nobody knew that yet. You know what I mean? That it hadn't been given to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it, but I could ask, you know what I mean? You know, I could ask, you know, the question, but I can't say that, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so, you know, if you would, go ahead and pick up where you was reading that, let them know where you at.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 34, in the middle of in the middle of verse 4.
Okay, just begin at the 4.
Verse 4, again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Most High.
Yeah, you hear this, and then let's see what happens. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Right. Like once you get this word, once you get these laws, statutes, and commandments, now you're not just alive, but you're gonna live. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you know, like you see somebody doing good, and what do they say? You know, they'd be like, "This is living." You know what I mean? Like other than that, you're not living. You know what I mean? You're just alive. Okay, go ahead.
And I will lay sinews upon
Mm-hmm.
and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Most High. So I prophesied as I was commanded.
Slocky, but real quick, what you know, that was heavy right there, because like it said, you know, he's gonna he's gonna, you know, have sinews to come upon you and put breath in you, and you know what I mean? Like once you get raised to a different level, you're gonna know the Lord did it because you started keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know it was him. It wasn't because you became a lawyer or you got a good job or you fought for civil rights or all, you know, all these crazy, you know, things that we do in the world. You'll know it's gonna be evident. There, I started keeping these laws. My people came together. We became a nation again, and now we're living. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, when this happens for us, is going to be no doubt that the Most High did it. You know what I'm saying? It was him, not myself, not, you know what I mean, the white man gave me a better job or, you know, finally gave me equal rights. Nah, I'll know that it was the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 7, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone.
Yeah, that's like a vision came into my head when you read that. Like he said, and so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together. Okay, so like them bones are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We go out on the street and stand on some wood, okay, and we prophesy, okay, and we make noise, you know what I'm saying? And then guess what happens? You look at the school and you see brothers and sisters coming together. You know what I mean? Like we are coming together, we're growing, you know what I'm saying? And like bone upon bone, you know what I mean? Flesh upon flesh. You my brother, you my sister, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna start to live again. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Most High Power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
Right. Again, that's you know what I mean? Like we go out at camp, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a perfect example of the Israelite school and university and practical knowledge raising up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because when we go out there, what do? We just talk, you know what I'm saying? There's no specific person that we go out there and set up for, you know, obviously blacks, Hispanics, but there's not an individual person that we go out there and say, okay, we're gonna go talk to them today. No, we just go out there and we speak into the wind, okay? And that is bringing life upon to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? That us prophesying is bringing our nation back alive, okay? Raising us out of the dust, okay? So keep reading.
Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Ooh-wee. I love that right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we getting ready to have right here in Florida? Okay, what else? Most High Christ, get the Most High hand for that. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen probably before the Passover? No. The brothers, we raising up an army.
Right.
Yeah, the brothers they training to go to war to become an exceeding great army for the Most High. Okay, we are army. We are, you know, black men who want to fight for these laws, statutes, and commandments that our God gave us. You know what I'm saying? In the Israelite School and University of Practical Knowledge, we are learning and being taught how to be soldiers in an army for the Most High. You know, before this place, this school, I was weak. I did not know about how to serve. I didn't know how to be a soldier for, you know, my God. Okay, and He needs soldiers. Okay, to get His will may be done right here on earth. Okay, as it is in heaven. To raise up a nation and have that nation needs protection. Okay, so there's men who are going to be warriors, our women and our children, okay, under these laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to us by the Most High, okay, the Most High power of Israel. Okay, keep reading, Itazal.
Verse 11. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
See that? We the whole house of Israel. We go out there and we prophesy into the wind, okay, the four corners of the earth where we were spread out. Okay, we're gonna come back and be one house again. What's in a house? A family. Okay, we're a family. We're gonna be a family again under these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay. All right. So keep reading, Itazal.
Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Verse 12. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Most High Power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel.
Okay, you could drop that right there. Okay, but I'm gonna go back to verse 11 real quick, and you know that struck me. It says, "Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried up, and our hope is lost. Who does that sound like? Today.
Sound like, you said who it sound like?
Yeah, who does that? It
sound like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, you know, you can say that, but it sounds like black people. You know what I mean? Our hope is lost. You know what? We think our hope is lost, and most of us feel like our hope is lost because we're not keeping the laws. And we are being taught that the laws are done away with. If we were taught from the birth that we had to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, there was a certain way to live and, you know, things to do, what not to do, there's no way that we will be walking around feeling like there is no hope. Our hope is lost because our God would be with us and he would, you know what I mean, like show us and, you know, that he would take care of us. You know, put us on top. We will not be getting shot down in the streets, okay? And so on, okay? So drop that. Let me see what we got going on over here. Trooper Yawasop, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Brewing, Yahweh Shema, Hashem Yahushai. Okay. I don't. Can you see the chat actors up? Okay, I got you. Okay, it says the sound is jammed up. How we looking now? Are we good? Okay, the water, sir. Mosiah Christ, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Okay. All right, so let's go to okay. So we know Adam was raised from the dust, and we had these laws from the beginning, and that's how, you know what I mean, we became a chosen people under God. That's how we became a nation, okay, by keeping laws, rules, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to the book of Baruch. We jammed up again? Yeah, let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. Okay, you got it, like so. Okay, go ahead to the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. And you know, this again, you know what I mean, like laws, statutes, and commandments. There's no way you can have there's, you know, like it showed you in the beginning, and you know, with Adam, you know, if you don't have, you know, a way of, you know, how to live in laws and commandments and rules, that you will be you will not be, you know what I mean, civilized, basically. Okay, you won't know how to live. Okay, you'll be in the dust. Okay, so law, statutes, and commandments is what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need today to be a family again. Okay, you have to know how to treat. You got to have rules when you grow up in your house. You know what I mean? Your mom and your father, they gave you rules. There was rules of the house. You know what I'm saying? And we are a house. Okay, we're a family, and we got to have rules. We got to know how to treat each other. Okay, we got to know how to live. Okay, so that's the whole point of these laws, statutes, and commandments, is to show Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians how to live. Okay, because right now we don't know how to live, and we take on the culture of every other nation of people, and their way of living is working for us. Okay, the way they do things is not working out for us. Okay, and it never will, because we made an agreement that we would have our own certain way of living that was given to us by a mighty and terrible power. Okay, let's go to the book of Baruch. Okay, chapter 4, verse 1. I'll go ahead and read it. Okay.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
That's this book, these commandments, okay, was given to a certain people. You know what I mean? And it's just not for play. You know what I mean? Like, these laws, this book, okay, contains judgments. You know what I mean? Like, we agreed, you know what I mean, to follow this book. And this, okay, this book has, commandments, laws, and judgments, okay? And it's evident because today, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are under a judgment, okay? Go ahead and keep reading, Atazal.
And the law that endures forever.
This law is forever. The law that's in this book, the law for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it endures forever. It's not done away with. And that's why we have to prophesy and go out and wake up these dry bones, okay, and bring them back together. Because we've been taught that our way of life is done away with. You know, can you imagine that? You know what I mean? You, a nation of people, and you come to them and you say, look, your way of living and the way you want to do things is done away with. Okay? Just do it like I'm going to tell you to do it. Okay? Follow me. Okay? And listen, you see Esau, the white man, he does that all over this planet. Okay? He went over to, what's that place where the women cover their whole body? Yeah, he went over there and he told them women, you know what I mean? Okay, he went over there, and he told them women, the white man went over to Afghanistan and told them, those women over there, that they didn't have to cover their faces, you know what I mean? They could, do whatever they want to do. They can twerk on TikTok and, and make videos on Facebook. And he said, if you're a man, if your head tells you something different, we'll kill him. You know what I mean? That was part of that whole thing to destroy them people over there. He went over there and told those people what they could do to be like him. You know what I'm saying? Your way of living, your lifestyle is done away with. And now you see stuff you've never seen before. Those women are on videos, TikTok, this, that, and the third, being promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? You never saw that before. Yes. Huh?
Well, no, I seen the women promiscuous over there. I definitely seen that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now they are definitely, you know what I mean? They're not covered anymore. They're not listening to their men, you know what I mean? And it's all because somebody told them their way of life is done away with. Just like the serpent told Eve, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do that, do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lie that somebody's telling you that your way of life is done away with. Your constitution is null and void, okay? That's a lie, okay? And that's why we listen to them, and that's why now we're destroyed and we're on the bottom, okay? So where we at? Okay, the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the laws that endureth forever, okay? All they that keep it shall come to life, okay? No, Tawab. Go ahead. Yeah, see, it keeps telling you about this life, okay? So we got to understand that life isn't just breathing air, okay? Life is being able to not have to beg another nation of people for food, okay? To not have to be under a bridge and wait for somebody to bring you, you know, feminine products or, you know, clothing or such things, you know? That's not life, okay? Life is being able to sustain yourself, okay? To be able to clothe yourself, to be able to feed yourself, okay? That's life, that's living, and not have to go to another people to, you know what I mean, to give you what you need, okay? Go ahead and pick it up from there, Itazal. Hold on, it said, but such as leave it shall die, okay? And that's what's happening to people today, okay? Our death, okay, the death isn't just physically dying, but that death is, you know what I mean, being strung out on drugs, okay? Having horrible diseases, you know what I'm saying? Not able to feed your children, okay? That's dying, okay? That's death, okay? In this earth, okay? In this spiritual context, okay? Go ahead and keep reading that, Tazal.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of him.
Who is this book for?
Jacob.
Yeah, okay, this is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians only. Keep reading.
Come. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of him. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, and thou mayest be illuminated. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Right.
O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the power are made known unto us.
So we gave what the Lord gave to us to another people, you know what I mean? What was profitable to us, okay? What's profitable to us, Itazal?
The law says the commandments.
Right, but like, okay, what's profitable to us is serving the God who gave us those laws, statutes, and commandments. That's profitable. That puts us on top. Keeping those laws, serving that God puts us on top. Now, we gave that servitude to another people. Now we serve our oppressor. Okay? We celebrate his days. We don't celebrate our power. We don't celebrate his days. We celebrate another nation of people. We gave our servitude, the thing that is profitable to us, we gave that to another people. And now we are dead. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that is profitable to us is for us to give our allegiance and our servitude to this power that raised us up from the dust, okay? Keep reading.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. All right. So, okay, drop that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 13. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 13.
Hold on, give him a minute to get there. Let me get there too. Okay. 28 and 13. Okay. You can go ahead and read it.
Deuteronomy 28 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only. And thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Most High thy power, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them.
To do them. To observe them is to see them, okay, and to hear them, but then you have to do them. And if you do those things that our power told us to do, if as a family we did those things, it says that our power would make us the head, okay? We would be the leaders on the planet Earth, okay? We would be the leaders, okay? We would be in rulership. Everybody, all the other nations would have to listen to us. And okay, so we're gonna, when that does happen, which, you know, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, when it does, we are gonna tell them their culture and their way of life is non and void. Now you have to do what we say, the way we say it, how we say it, when we say it, okay? You're gonna follow our way of life, okay? And that's gonna make our power happy, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna, and I'll read it again in the, okay, Deuteronomy 28 and 13. And the Lord should make thee the head and not the tail, okay? Okay, and thou shalt be above only. We won't be at the bottom, okay? You won't be able to drive or move around on this earth and see Jacob destroyed the way you do today, okay? Because it breaks my heart when I drive in my neighborhood and I see my people the way they are. It breaks my heart every time, okay? But if we prophesy, you know, make the sinews come upon these dry bones again, okay? And make Israel a house, a family again, will be the head, okay, and not the tail. But, you know, we have to do what our power told us to do. And that's keep his word, okay? His laws, okay, that was given to us. And thou shalt not, okay? That's what we have to do, okay? And there's a reward for it. There's a reward. There is you living. Now you live, okay? Instead of having to go amongst our people and patrol them with HIV tests and stuff like that, because they're destroyed and dying. They're the living dead. You know what I mean? Like, you got to gauge, how dead are you? You're alive, but how dead are you? How alive are you? So let me give you this test. to see just how dead you are. You're alive, but you know what I mean? Like, let me see how dead you are. Okay, so we keep laws, statutes, and commandments. We raise up our house again, and we will not have to be the walking dead on this planet, okay? If that, Salakia, and thou shalt not, right, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, okay? If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, okay? You have to do there's a power, okay? There's a power on this earth that demands that you do what he said to do. And us being selfish and doing or believing the philosophy of the white man that you got one life to live your best life now, is just wrong, okay? It's selfish, okay? I'm telling you today that if you start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, as a people, as a nation, we will live again, okay? And we won't have to have mediocre jobs and barely get by and watch our family members die and wait for our turn to, you know what I mean, something crazy to happen. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be living like that. And this book is telling you, you don't have to. All you have to do is what your power said to do, okay? So I'm going to prophesy and let you know that your power said these laws endure forever, okay? They're not done away with, okay? Did we already go to Ezekiel?
No, we didn't get to, well, we just read 13. We already 28.
Okay, give me Ezekiel. Let me see. Did we do Ezekiel? Okay, we did that. Okay. Right, we did that. Okay. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, okay? Chapter 39, verse 1. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me get there with you. Okay. So, you know, let me put it in the chat. Shalom, Yolanda, Yahweh Shemal, Alathan, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. Okay. We have to go out, okay, like in the book of Ezekiel, we have to go out and prophesy. That is our position now, okay, in 2021. It's up to the men in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge to go out and prophesy and bring this house back together, okay, and bring life back to those dry bones, okay? We have to go out and tell our people that these laws, our power gave us, he requires of us to keep them, okay? Or we will be on the bottom and die. We will be beneath, okay? We have to let them know the reason why they're the walking dead is because they're not keeping their end of the bargain, okay? They're not doing we're not doing what we agreed to do, okay, as a family, okay? And now our house is being destroyed, okay? Our house is being punished, okay? So give me, let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients, and be occupied in prophecy.
Right. Be occupied in prophecy. The prophecy of our forefathers.
Right.
The prophecy of Ezekiel and Isaiah, Moses. Go ahead.
If I may, real quick, like if you ask me, that's a cold cut to those folks that be out there talking about they meditating and connecting with their ancestors through yoga and that kinetic stuff, the bull crap. When this right here is how you really connect to your forefathers, is by keeping the commandments that your forefathers kept. And remembering that, that one time they had rulership and we lost it because we went away from those laws, statutes, and commandments. And we went away from, what our forefathers did. So what I'm saying? Like people who meditate and then they say they connect to Antukunku and stuff like that, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. You are absolutely right. And you know why? It's because they don't want to keep these laws because these laws say they can't get high. So they're high out of their mind, and now they're connecting with some ancient drawing on the wall. You know what I mean? Because they're high out of their mind. You know what I mean? And this book says you can't get high out your mind. Okay? You're supposed to be meditating on the words of your forefathers, the word of our power, okay, which has been from the beginning, the same words, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's changed, you know what I'm saying? What you can and cannot do, we have to, that's why that's why, like, we have the Sabbath service and such things to keep it in the minds of our women and children and other brothers, you know what I'm saying? So they can have it in their mind all the time. That's why we do classes damn near 7 days a week. So we can keep it in the minds of our brothers and sisters what they should and should not be doing. Okay, they should be doing what the Most High said to do. Okay, you need to be, meditating on that, searching out wisdom. Okay, wisdom is in these books. To be wise is to, live. Okay, you got to be wise to not, be the walking dead. Okay, so the wise brothers in the Israelite school and practical knowledge, wise sisters, we keep in mind what the Most High said. Okay, we meditate on what the laws, statutes, and commandments are of our power. Okay, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, like your thoughts should be nothing but what the Lord wants you to do. Okay, your thoughts are always that, and then you don't have to think about other stuff too much because he's going to provide for you everything you need just by you doing what he said. Just by you thinking about him and doing what he said, you're going to live a good life. Okay, it's like when you're a child and you have, you're a parent and you have a child. That child doesn't know what to do, so you teach them and tell them what they should do in their daily life, and they're going to go out and come back safe because you're teaching them what to do. Okay, that's the same thing with our Father. Okay, he gave us a way to live. Okay, and what we should and should not do. Okay, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Okay, if you're occupied in prophecies, that means you're doing what was told of you to do. You know what I'm saying? Something that was prophesied. Okay, and you will seek out wisdom. Okay, so what is wisdom? Okay, let's see what wisdom is. Let's find out what wisdom is, okay? Okay, so let's go, let me see, let's go back to Deuteronomy real quick, okay? And see, let's get some of this wisdom, okay? Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Let me put it in the chat real quick here. Okay, so this book is telling us we should seek out wisdom. Okay, this wisdom thing is going to help you live and not die. Okay, it's going to give you life. It's going to put you on the top and not the bottom. Okay, you will be on the top and not beneath. Okay, all right. So if you would, Itazab, hold on, let me get there. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse. You can shoot. Let's just try to, we'll run through, just start at 1. We'll run through it real quick, down to 6 or whatever.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now, therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live.
Right, like if you do, first of all, we have to teach, okay, our brothers and sisters constantly, you know, and keep it in remembrance and teach them and show them these laws, these statutes and judgments, okay? Okay, that we may live, okay? Go ahead.
And go in and possess the land which the Most High Power of your fathers giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught.
Right. Don't diminish from these, because that's what the church, the Christian church, right? There's certain laws they keep and certain laws they don't keep. So they're adding and they're diminishing to the laws, statutes, and commandments. And this book is saying not to do that. You can't say that the laws are done away with, but you still expect people to pay tithes. Okay, you can't say the laws are done away with, but thou shalt not murder. Why can't I murder if the laws are not, they're not valid? The laws in this book are not valid. You know why? Because they're going by the law of the oppressor, Esau, right? We're giving what that last scripture said, like we're giving what was profitable to us to somebody else. We're taking on his lifestyle and culture. And his lifestyle and culture, you can be gay. That's taken away from this law, okay? Okay, and you know what I mean? So this book, in order for us, our house to live and be safe, we have to do everything in this book and not, add or take away. You know what I mean? Like it's funny. I just thought about how, the Pharisees, they was like, they thing was the washing of cups and stuff like that. That's not a law. You know what I mean? To make sure you wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? But it is a law to, not sleep with another nation of people. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So it is a law not to be gay. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading that, Tazar.
That ye may keep the commandments of the Most High your power, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal-Peor. For all the men that follow Baal-Peor, the Most High thy power have destroyed them from among you.
At that time, you know what I mean? you know, the Lord, you know, he was taking care of business, and he's doing it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, we follow this oppressor's God, and we are being destroyed. Okay, keep reading.
Verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Most High your power are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded you, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Right. There's, you know what I mean? Like, you would be alive if you kept these laws, statutes, and commandments, no matter where you go. Okay? If you kept your heritage, if you kept your way of life, you wouldn't be dying of drug overdoses. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be dying of AIDS. Okay? You would be the head and not the tail, no matter where you go. Go ahead, keep reading. Did you read verse 5?
Yes. This is verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
This is what?
Your wisdom.
This is what?
Your wisdom.
What is this? Wisdom is gonna help you live. This wisdom, the wisdom is gonna give you understanding. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
That's what they should be saying about Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But instead, guess what we've become? Okay? Yeah, somebody in there. Okay? We should be a wise and understanding nation of people in the sight of the other nations. Our family should be a wise and understanding people in the sight of the other families, okay? But instead, by us not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, we become a byword, okay? We become a byword and a astonishment to these other people. They look at us and they call us niggas and spicks and wetbacks, and they are astonished at our low state, okay? They are astonished at our inability to come together as a family, okay? And that's because we don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, which is everything for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This book is our way of life. This book is how we should be living, okay? This book prevents us from dying, okay? It raises us up from the bottom in the dust to be above and not beneath, okay? So you finished that, you finished verse 6, keep reading.
Verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who have God so nigh unto them, as the Most High our power is in all things that we call upon him for?
Right. Everything that we need to live is going to be provided to us by our power and not another family, another nation of people. Right? Today we have to go to another family, another nation, okay, a heathen, and ask them for water and clothes and protection. Okay, we have to ask. That's crazy. We ask this family for protection from them. You know what I mean? Like, we go and beg them to stop killing us. You know what I'm saying? And if we keep these laws that is contained in this book, our power would protect us. You know what I'm saying? and make us a great and exceeding army. Keep reading.
Come. The end of verse 7. Oh no, it was in verse 7. So it's verse 8. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?
Yeah.
Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Right. No, go ahead.
Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Most High thy power in Horeb.
You could drop that. You could drop that. But yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Like, we should be teaching this. You know what I mean? We have to continually teach. I mean, if you don't teach it, then it's gonna get forgotten. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be passed on, okay? From generation to generation, his word endureth forever, okay? That is the wisdom that we should be trying to obtain, okay? Let's go back to the book of Baruch. This time we're going to go to verse 3. I mean, chapter 3, okay?
Sorry, one more time.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 7. Give me a minute. Let me put it in the chat. Give me a second to get there. Okay. Baruch chapter 3 and verse 7. Okay. You can start at verse 1.
Okay. The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 1. O Lord Almighty, power of Israel, the soul in anguish, the troubled spirit crieth unto thee. Hear, O Lord, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have pity upon us, because we have sinned before thee. For thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly. Right,
I just said that. Like these laws, the Most High endure forever. Okay, don't think you can get away from them. You know, and by us not keeping these laws, we perish. Okay, we are on the bottom now. We are the walking dead. Go ahead.
Okay. O Lord Almighty, thou power of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
The brothers and sisters who died in the truth. Okay, go ahead.
And of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearkened unto the voice of thee, their power. For the which caused these plagues to cleave us.
Right. So, okay, but it says, and their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of their power. Okay, by not listening to our power. Okay, this is what happens. For the which caused these plagues cleave unto us. Okay, so now we are, you know what I mean, like we go through the curses, okay, that were told about in the book of Deuteronomy. Okay, you don't keep these laws. Moses said you was going to be cursed. Okay, so it's telling you right here, like it's all over this book. We can do this all night and day. You know, the laws have never been done away with. We need to keep these laws, and this is our way of life. This is how we live. If we don't keep these laws, we die. Keep reading that, Tazal.
Verse 5. Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art the Most High our power, and thee, O Lord, will we praise.
Right, we're supposed to praise our power. We're supposed to thank him for everything, okay? We have to, you know what? Listen, we even have to thank him and praise him for our chastisement, okay? Because now it's bringing us back to remembrance these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Okay, so we got to even praise him for that. Thank you, Lord, for whipping my butt, tearing my tail up, so I can realize I'm supposed to do what you said, or you know this is going to happen to me. Keep reading.
Verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts.
That is the beginning of wisdom, to fear your father. Okay, you was smart as a child if you feared your mother or father because you knew something was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like they wanted you to fear them, so you wouldn't do the bad thing that's going to get you killed. You know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you something and you fear me, you fear what's going to happen to that tail if you don't do it. Now I can relax a little bit because I know, okay, she got that fear in her heart. He's got that fear in his heart that he's not going to go out there and, you know, sleep with another nation of people. He's not going to go out there and eat pork. You know what I mean? Like he's going to do what I said, and that's going to keep him alive. Okay, keep reading.
To the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity.
In our captivity. Today, we should still be praising our power for like not throwing us away and leaving a remnant of men and women like yourselves to be the ones to come back and raise up our family again. Okay, go ahead.
If I may, sir, and it's so heavy because our captivity is one of the main reasons why a lot of us don't serve the Most High. And we turn our back on the Most High and we don't serve him. That
is true. That's very true. That's, you know what I mean? Because it's so hard. They say stuff like, you know, what God would allow this. Right. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, the one and only God, okay, that is, you know, in control of everything. He kills and he makes alive. You know what I'm saying? So your God is doing these certain things and letting them happen for your chastisement, maybe, or you know, it could be something good happening, but right now we're in captivity and he's trying to wake you up. Like these things are happening, and you have to realize it's been happening over and over and over again. What I'm doing is not working. I need to do something else. Okay. And that thing that we need to be doing is, you know, keeping his word. Okay. And like we try everything else but that. We come up with new things. We will create a new way to try to get out of this situation, this captivity, when this book is telling you you can't be bought with money. Okay. Only your power can save you out of this captivity. And that's what we have to go out and, you know what I mean, let our brothers and sisters know, like, it's just your behavior that's got you jammed up. You know, you are doing it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're killing yourself by not doing what your father said. Okay? You are destroying our house. Okay? So that's, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely understand that, you know what I mean? Like, brothers and sisters, they're so jammed up. And because of false teachings, they don't know what to turn to. Okay. So they're lost. And they're just like, they're, you know, what God would do this. Because the God that they're being told about is all loving. You know what I mean? The God they're being told about is all loving, all kindness. You know what I mean? They're not being told that their God is a terrible power and a jealous one. You know what I mean? And that he kills and makes alive. Okay, they're not being taught that. They're, you know, they're being taught that, you know, God loves everybody and everything. You know what I mean? So that's why they jammed up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before them. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
That is black people. Okay? Like, this is telling you right here. So this book was taken out of, you know, the Bible, and they tried to separate, you know what I mean, the connection. By them taking this out, they tried to separate the connection between the Old Testament and the New Testament. By taking this stuff out, it is a disconnect almost from like the Old Testament to the New Testament. So now they can, you know what I mean, the Old Testament, it was just, you know, stone them and all this, that, and the third. But if they're not reading this, they don't know, you know what I mean? Like, they're, you know what I mean? Like, our God, you got a choice now. You know what I'm saying? You're going to live by these rules in this house, or you're going to die. You know what I mean? You're going to be cursed. It's right here. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy. Like, you can read this book and say, okay, well, who are these cursed people? You know what I mean? Like, the story ain't over. Christ hasn't returned. Right. So this right here is going on right now. Who is these cursed people? Where are they at? Just go to any ghetto in any city in the United States, okay? And you'll see who these cursed people are, okay? Keep reading.
And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Yeah, your forefathers left the law, statutes, and commandments and went into slavery on ships. Keep reading.
That's it.
Give me verse 9.
Verse 9. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
Yeah, like this. Open your ears, okay? Understand this wisdom. Go ahead.
How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom, for thou hast walked in the way of the power. Thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever.
Right. If you'd have kept these laws, statutes, and commandments, like, we'd have been straight. You know what I'm saying? But now, instead, thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Like, you are those dry bones. You know what I'm saying? You're on the bottom. You're in the dust, okay? Just like Ezekiel, you know what I mean? The Lord gave him a vision of those bones, you know what I'm saying? You're on the bottom. You are, you know, you have been forsaken because you forsake the wisdom of our power, okay? You gave up your way of life, okay? You gave up your wisdom. Your wisdom is like the thing that you need to serve your power. Without this wisdom, you can't even serve your power, okay? So drop that. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 10.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 10.
Let me get there with you real quick. Okay. This wisdom is what we need. The wisdom of the Most High. Okay. Go ahead, wait.
Give instruction to a wise man.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Go ahead. Slaki. We're gonna start in verse 9, okay? We're gonna start at verse 9, Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 9. Go ahead, Atazar.
Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of your power is the beginning of you getting yourself together. Okay? The fear of your power is the first step in you bringing this house back together. Okay? The understanding that he will punish you and curse you if you don't do what he said, and the understanding that he will reward you if you do keep his word, okay, is the beginning of you getting yourself together. Fearing God, fearing the Most High power, the black God of Hispanics and Native Indians, the fearing him is the beginning of wisdom, is the beginning of your understanding, okay? You should have a great level of fear for your power, for your God, okay? Because he destroys nations, not just individuals. He destroys nations, okay? He controls the whirlwinds, okay? The fear of your power, you fearing him, what he can do to you, what he said he would do to you if you didn't keep these laws, that should be a very good thing in your life, you fearing this power that we serve, okay? That is the beginning of knowledge and understanding. The fear of our power is the beginning of you knowing how to live, okay? I know that this power that I serve, that I made a covenant with, will put me in captivity if I don't do what he said. Okay, that's a good thing. Like, because if I do keep my end of the bargain, that I will be the head and not the tail. But just knowing that this is a terrible power, that he will kill you, he will destroy you, he will put curses on you, okay, should be a wise thing for you to have the fear of him, okay? You should fear this power that we serve, okay? It's not all cupcakes and rainbows like the Christian church would have you believe, that false doctrine, okay? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Read on, Isaac.
Okay. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy is understanding.
Understanding, like you understand, you know what I mean, how you're supposed to operate. You understand, you know what I mean, like what will happen and what will not happen. Like understanding the way the universe works. Okay, understanding reincarnation. He will give us all this understanding if we just serve him. Okay, keep reading.
Okay. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself. But if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Okay, you can drop that. I'm not even gonna touch on that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna leave the sisters alone tonight and just try to let them know that, you know, listen, we all in this together, okay? Brothers, there's some foolish brothers out there, and there's definitely some foolish sisters. And, you know, like if you don't have the fear of our power in your heart, in your mind, then you're definitely foolish, you know what I'm saying? And you are not wise, okay? Fearing this power that we serve is, you know, the beginning of us coming out of this low state, okay? Okay? We got a couple of couple other little scriptures here I want to pull and go over. Okay. Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 11. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna want you to read that. Just let me put it in the chat real quick. Okay, so you know these laws are everything to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, whether you want to live or whether you want to die, whether you want to be in a low state or whether you want to be above and not beneath. Okay, these laws, statutes, and commandments is what's going to determine that. Okay, you having wisdom and understanding is what's going to determine if you are cursed or, you know what I mean, or if you are blessed. Okay. The law, statutes, and commandments that are contained within this book that we call the Bible is paramount for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to know that it's for us and us only, and we have to serve this power that is contained. You know, we have to keep these words that are contained within this book. Okay. Go ahead, if you would, I just read Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 11.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 11. For this commandment which I command you this day, it is not hidden from you, neither is it far off.
Yeah, this thing has never been, it's never been a secret. You know what I'm saying? These laws have never been, you know, I mean, like at one time, yeah, you know, the white man came and got us, you know, from the west coast of Africa or what have you. You know, he brought us over here and, you know, tried to keep us from our, you know, our power. You know what I mean? Told us we were African American or Puerto Ricans or Hondurans. You know what I mean? Like he tried to keep it away from us, but the Lord gave us these since Adam. Adam taught his sons, and his sons taught their sons, and you know, and it's been passed. These commandments has always been near unto blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, until today, you know, we go out on the corner and we prophesy into the wind about these law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, it's real close to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, these law, statutes, and commandments, okay? Keep reading, that's all.
Verse 12. It is not in heaven that thou shouldst say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us?
Right, you don't have to go up into the sky, okay, to get what the Lord, the word of the Lord, okay? To find out what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay, keep reading.
Not in heaven that thou shouldst say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it.
Right, listen. So there, you don't have to do that. You don't have to say, you know what I mean? Like we don't have to get on a spaceship, okay, and go these words of the Most High and come back and then, you know, give it to our family and now they know what to do. Okay, you don't have to go through all that. It's keep reading.
Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldst say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it.
Hear it and do it, okay? Hear it and do it, okay? That's what we, like, that is the biggest part right there, okay? Now, the Lord is telling you, letting you know, you don't have to go, you know, that word that you need to hear and do is right here, okay? Keep reading.
But the word is very nigh to thee.
It's very close. It's right here. It's been on your grandmama coffee table, right? You know what I'm saying? It's in every bookstore you go to. It's, you know, it's definitely in those, you know, those hotel rooms y'all be written out. You know what I mean? Periodically, you know what I mean? Like that word is very nigh unto thee. Go ahead.
In thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do
it. It's right here in the mouths of the priest in the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge. It's in our hearts, so it should be in your mouth and in your heart. You know what I mean? You should be saying what should be coming out of your mouth is the laws are not done away with. Okay, what you should be doing is keeping the laws. Okay, you shouldn't be saying, you know what I mean, like you can eat pork. Okay, you shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be saying, you know, the blood of Jesus covers all my sins or what have you or whatnot. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be saying those things. Okay, you should be saying, you know, like you should be having wisdom. You know what I mean? Enough to know that you got a power to serve. Okay, and there's something you should be doing, and it tells you right here that, that thou mayst do it. Okay, you should be doing it, not just talking about it, not just saying, Christ knows my heart. Okay, you should be doing what, you understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody say they love Christ, especially, these single women, they got, well, if that's the case, doing what he said, okay? Christ, Christ said, the head of the woman is the man, okay? And the head of man is Christ, okay? And the head of Christ is the most high power. That's what we should be doing. It should be in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading that, Tazal.
Come on, brother. See, I have set before thee this day life and good.
Life and good. Okay. Keep reading.
And death and evil.
So you got the Lord is telling you, you know what I mean? You keep, there's a choice. You're either going to have life or you're going to have death. You're either going to do good or you're going to do evil. Okay. So this is set before you. Okay. Life and evil. You either do the commandments and you get life. Keep the commandments, you get life. Okay. You do good, you get life. Okay. You do not do the commandments. Okay. That's death. Okay. You want to do evil. You want to, sleep with your brother's sister, or if you're a woman, you want to sleep with a man knowing you already got a husband. That's evil. Okay. And now you get death. Okay. So these things have been set before us. Okay. And as a family, we have to understand, like, this is how we're supposed to live based off of these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay. You want to die, you want to be on the bottom, you want to be in the dust, then go ahead and do evil. But you jamming up everybody else in the family. You understand what I'm saying? When we went into slavery, it wasn't just the ones that were doing evil. The brothers that were keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and doing good, they had to go into slavery too. So now I'm pissed off because of you. I'm jammed up. Okay? So listen, do good and not evil. Okay? So we don't all be jammed up, you know what I'm saying, in this house as a family. Okay? Keep reading that, Tazal. The water.
In that I command thee this day to love the Most High thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Most High thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Right. So, it's all over this book from the beginning to the end. We keep these laws, we will live. We won't be zombies. We won't be strung out on drugs. Okay. We won't be a byword and an astonishment to the other families that see us. Okay. We keep these laws, statutes, and commandments as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and we should be the head and not the tail. Okay. Okay. Evil that was set before us. Okay. So let's go to that good and evil. Let's continue on that. Let's go to back to Genesis, the book of Genesis, chapter 2. Okay. I'll put verse 9. Let's see what we're gonna start. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 9. Okay. Verse 9. Started. Let's see. I think we already covered this halfway, though.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go over again this life, okay? You know, all these you could damn near precept the whole damn book with the whole damn book, you know what I'm saying? You're always going to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments that was given us, you know, by our most high power, you know, that we were supposed to keep them, okay? They were never done away with, okay? These laws are valid in the year 2021, coming up on the year 2022, okay? These laws are valid and it should be evident, okay? Okay, it should be evident to everybody that's on this planet that there is a cursed people on this land. You know what I'm saying? There is a people that are being punished by a power, okay, a God, okay, and that those people are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, we're the ones being, you know, punished by the one and only true power of, you know, the universe. Okay, we're the ones who was given these laws, statutes, and commandments by the Most High. You know, that power that we're supposed to serve, that endureth forever. Okay. Okay, these laws endureth forever. Okay, just like the earth shall endure forever, so shall these laws that we're supposed to keep. Let's grab that scripture. You know that scripture, Isupk, earth shall endure forever.
Yes.
Okay, just like the earth is going to endure forever, we read that these laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians shall endure forever. Okay, the laws have never been done away with. Christ never said that. Okay, Christ said, not one jot or one tittle shall ye pass from the law, okay, until all be fulfilled. That's what Christ said. Okay.
So Ecclesiastes 1 and 4.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. Hold on, let me jump over there with you. The water for that. Okay. We're gonna go to Ecclesiastes, okay, chapter 1 and verse 4. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick. Okay. Chapter 1 and verse 4.
Well, I'll start on it.
Okay. Okay, so this law, these laws that were given to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to rule the earth by, okay, to have the Most High's will done on earth as it is in heaven, okay, the fourth dimension, okay, where your spirit goes when you know, when you do lay down and go to sleep, because that's how it should be. You should just lay down at a ripe old age, you know what I mean, and you in having the presence of your great grandchildren standing there looking at you, you know what I'm saying, and you just lay down and go to sleep one day, you know what I'm saying, and you get to come back and live with, you know, a silver spoon in your mouth when you're a baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like unimaginable for black people, you know, to think or to try to imagine that we could live a life that is described in this book, or even better, a life that you see the other nations live. You know what I'm saying? you see these movies, you know what I mean? Like with the kid just, these movies show white people in their heaven. You know what I mean? Like they are just in heaven. They live in, you know what I mean? And yet we die. Okay. So at what point do you say, why am I dying? Why are we dying? What am I doing wrong? We've tried everything. We've tried to serve other gods. We've tried to protest. We've tried everything. How about actually doing the one thing that, you know, nobody wants you to do? Because nobody wants black people to say that they are the chosen Jews. We've been doing everything that the other nations put before us and give us an idea. Well, why don't you protest? That's why you always see white people protesting with black people. The white man came up with that goddamn idea. Go grab some signs. Let's go out here and pick it and see if my brother stop killing you. You know what I'm saying? You know, why don't we try something else? Okay? Why don't we try petitioning our God? Okay? Let's petition our power to raise us up from the dust. Okay? Once again. Okay? Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, said the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he hath taken under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Right. So you know what I mean? Like we were just talking about that. Like you live your life, you know what I'm saying? You do your thing, you know what I mean? And you pass away, whether you kept the laws or not, whether you got your family, whether you're jammed up or not, whether you're on top or you're on the bottom, earth is abide forever. Just like the laws that you're supposed to keep abide forever. Okay? Like that contract that you're in is gonna abide forever. You're either gonna live or you're gonna die. You're gonna be the tail or you're gonna be the head. There is no other scenario for black people. There's no middle. Okay? You're either gonna be on the bottom or you're gonna be on the top. Laws or you're gonna sin. You're gonna do good or you're gonna do evil. It's right there, huh? You're right. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Okay, there is no middle. There is no, you know what I mean, neutral zone. Okay, you're either serving the Lord or you're not. Okay, you know what I mean? You're going against Christ or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose.
Yes, it's gonna happen. Every sun's gonna go down, then the sun's gonna set. The sun's gonna come up in the east, and it's gonna go down in the west. That's never gonna change. Okay? It's always gonna happen. Just like that is always gonna happen, these laws will always rule this earth. Okay? These laws will always be what determines is happening on this earth. Okay? It's gonna be these laws forever. It's never gonna change. You're either doing the laws and getting, rulership, or you're going against the laws and you're dying. Okay? You're on the bottom in dust. Okay? So laws are not done away with. Okay? These laws abided forever, just as well as the earth abides forever. Okay? So if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, okay, why don't you just go ahead and, get in the school, okay, and we'll teach you how to keep these laws. We'll show you every law. What is there, 640 laws? Okay, we'll show you all the laws. We'll show you what you're supposed to be doing, what you're not supposed to be doing. Okay, and then our family, our house we'll get our house together. we'll be back. You know, we'll get right. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, other than that, you know, we're divided. It's like we're divided. You know, some of us are dying, some of us are not dying, and you know, so come on and get in this school, okay? Come on and follow the words of the Most High, okay? Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you know, and have Jacob be, you know, what the Lord, you know, said he would be, and that's the head and not the tail, okay? So with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the class, okay? Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Alathon Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the sisters. Okay, we're I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanna. And with that, Shalom. Okay. I thought I'd let you know.